Hello everybody, welcome back to James at Games, and I'm here with more improvisational intro bullshit. Because it's funny. Once. Maybe. One day I'll do it again. One day I'll actually be funny. Anyway, I'm here to talk about this thing, the Switch. You know, the thing that I've made 2 videos on so far that I wasn't really that excited about, and so far I'm proving myself right. Gee, who would have guessed? So the thing about the Switch is it's a fixed version of the Wii U. I can probably end the video right now. So thank you guys for watching. Leave me a comment down below if you approve or disapprove of what I just said. I'm going to continue on with the review now because I'm not funny. So the whole idea of the Wii U was to be the tablet that people could play and also have the desktop experience, right? Like it was supposed to be the whole package. Like, oh, little Timmy wants to play Mario Kart, but mommy's gotta watch her Oprah or Ellen. That's what middle-aged women watch, is a blonde lesbian talking about. What the hell does she talk about? What is her show even about?
Video.
Oh, okay, so it's basically the cancer side of YouTube, just talked over by a blonde lesbian. So it's basically iDubbbz. I'm funny. So the whole idea behind the Switch is to be the home console and the portable in one unit. The Wii U tried that, but you know, the whole video streaming thing didn't really work out that good. But this is basically this is the console that Iwata wanted to make, but had to settle with the Wii U. And you can tell that in a lot of ways, like a lot of the design cues, a lot of the, like how the thought process behind how it functions. You can tell a lot of this was Iwata's love child, which is great in many, many, many ways. Mostly because that man was an insane smart person, and he knew how to do video games right. But there's also a lot of issues that the system has. And a lot of that just kind of stems from no games. So we're going to start with the controllers, because that's the logical continuation from no games. I love how fluid that motion is. Just that, you know, like it's satisfying. It's solid and it's satisfying. But you also don't have to worry about the console breaking, because it's good. One thing I will say though is day one, like the controller slotted in, and it felt. You know you're not funny when your wife is over here shaking her head every time you say something. Every time you docked them, they felt solid. About day 2, day 3, day 2, I noticed the right one wasn't quite as solid anymore. Day 3, I noticed the left one was starting to show, and the right one had gotten pretty bad. Now this is like, what, day 10? They're both pretty bad, unfortunately. Focus. It's not going to focus. The Joy-Cons themselves aren't bad. I really like how comfortable they are, how I can just kind of sit wherever and do however. The only real issue I have with them is using them individually like this. Like my wife and I tried to play snipper clips, and it was okay. And the other major issue I have is the left Joy-Con desync issue. Because I don't have an issue at work. Not that I play my Switch at work. I played it the day I got it because I got it on the way to work. I don't notice it there. But here, it's like I can be literally 4 feet from the Switch docked, and it will just disconnect and not connect at all, period. It got to the point where I had my coffee table right on top of the couch. Like I'd have the layout on the couch and have the coffee table pressed up against it and have the Joy-Cons. Like, can I pull the dock? Nope, it's attached to something. I think I just pulled out all of my wiring. Great. So like the console was here docked, and I'd have to play like leaning over like this to get as close as possible to the Switch so my left Joy-Con would quit disconnecting. Like, it was terrible. It was so bad that it pissed me off to the point where I went and bought a Pro Controller, which I hate that I did that. I didn't want to buy a Pro Controller because it's $70 fucking, and I don't want to encourage that. But like, I didn't have a choice. Like, I had to if I wanted to play in my in my room, and that's bullshit. The actual sticks themselves, they feel pretty nice. If I had to describe them, this would be like generation 3 of the PSP sticks. The PSP sticks were pretty crap. The Vita sticks were pretty decent. These are pretty nice. They're the same concept, where they're not real full joysticks, but they have like the same little nubbin thing, but they're nice. It took me a long time to figure out that the system, the controller, doesn't really have a power button, but you can hold down the home button and that will turn on the system. And you can hold it and that should turn off the system. May not do that while the controllers are docked. Anyway, my point is that I wish that was documented somewhere. It kind of makes logical sense once you think about it, because holding down the Xbox button brings up the shutdown menu or whatever. I don't know what it does on PS4 because I don't own one, but yeah. Like, I wish that was kind of said somewhere, anywhere. Literally anywhere, that would have been nice. Because I saw a lot of people complain about, like, oh, it's a design flaw. You got to hit the power button on top of the Switch. No, you just have to be curious and explore and hit buttons and see what they do. And then be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Thanks, Nintendo, for actually being logical for a change. Because, it's been like 20 years since you've made logical decisions. Because, people who made the N64 controller were not doing it based off of logical decisions. But it all comes back to not having any games to play because of the fact that Zelda Breath of the Wild is really the only test I have of the controllers. 1-2 Switch basically just frustrates me to no end because of the fact that I can't play it here because of the desync issue. And snipper clips to the same extent. But they also both use a lot of motion controls. They only use one Joy-Con per player, so there's a lot of it's different. It's not a hardcore title where I'm going to sit down there and play for hours. I'm not playing a shooter. Nintendo, about 7 days after the system's launch, added a bunch of Neo Geo titles. So in addition to the launch titles of Bomberman, Zelda, and Just Dance, Snipper Clips, and 1-2 Switch, and then like some other downloadable titles, like you had Voies, which is like a touch-based rhythm game, and you've got I Am Setsuna, which is a Square Enix RPG, like a few other bullshit like that. It basically breaks down into, you have your one hardcore title, you have junk party games, and you've got ports from other indie games that have existed on other systems. Like, I actually didn't know this until I started to record, but in addition to Shovel Knight, which is available on everything, including my dishwasher, got Binding of Isaac is coming to the Switch. But this isn't just any Binding of Isaac. It's the slowest focusing Binding of Isaac. It's the Binding of Isaac Rebirth Plus, which means that it's a remake of a remake of a remake of an indie game. Because there was the Flash version, Binding of Isaac Rebirth, Binding of Isaac Rebirth Plus. We've played it before. I want a new game. It's like Shovel Knight. I'm not going to buy Shovel Knight. I'm playing on literally anything. It's been out for years. Like, I want something new. I haven't actually played Shovel Knight, though, so I might end up buying it for my Switch, but it's the principle of the matter. So upcoming, we've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with a release date of TBD. We've got Puyo Pop Tetris. There's a puzzle game, a party game. Lego City Undercover, probably the next real title for the system, is 4-4. And then Has Been Heroes is $328. Has Been Heroes actually looks pretty cool, but it's a $20 one-player game. It might be a better test of the gamepads. No, I'm looking at the screenshots. It looks more like an RPG. Okay, so no. So it's another RPG. Okay, cool. So we've got like 3 RPGs, 3 games that have been existing on other platforms for years now, a port of a Wii U game, and 6 Neo Geo games. And a Wipeout knockoff. And a Elite Beat Agents rock-off. These aren't good games. And that's my problem with the Switch, is that I have no desire to come back and play it now. I have ideas for playing Zelda again. Like, I want to start a new profile. And I'm thinking, like, on stream, I might do, like, a bow-only stream or something stupid like that, just to be creative with it. But outside of that, I have no desire to go back and play my save because I beat it. So it's like, what am I going to do? Am I going to go... Let's do all of the shrines and get hearts that I don't need because I've already beat the game. in the Switch is a system that has a lot of potential. The controller, the Pro controller, is really nice. The triggers are nice. The sticks feel so good. There's a lot of travel time on them. The buttons are a little big, and the grips are a little too small, and it's a little too wide. Just little tiny, like, millimeters. Like, I would literally just adjust things like millimeter differences. But other than that, this is probably one of the best, like, traditional gamepads I've played. But I don't really have that many games to test it on. And the Bluetooth adapter that I have from my computer sucks asshole, so I can't really, plug it in and play whatever PC shooters that I have to test it. My problem with the Switch is exactly what I stated in my first video, that there's not enough games to really make it worth your while, and I still feel that way. Should you buy a Switch today? My money is on no, unless you really, really, really like Zelda, or you find a really, really good deal on it, which you're not going to find because the system is only 2 weeks old. You're not going to find any great bundles on it. You're not going to find any great games for it that'll make it worth your while outside of Zelda. If you don't own a Wii U, fuck it, buy it. If you own a Wii U, don't buy a Switch. 3 or 4 of the main games that you would play on the Switch are available in other flavors. And yes, it's convenient. I like the convenience factor. I don't like the fact that my lav is wrapped around my nuts somehow. But I don't think convenience is a system seller. I like the graphical prowess that it has. I love the idea of using game carts on a home system. I've been wondering why they didn't do that for years now. I love the USB-C aspect of things. I love the controllers. This whole thing is just such a good idea. But it's early. It's early. It's too early. It's early access. You're on Steam Greenlight Early Access. Just stay away. Don't buy things. It's bad. Yes, it will be worth it long term. Because imagine if we got another Mario, Metroid, Zelda trifecta all at the same time, like we did with Sunshine, Wind Waker, and Metroid Prime. Like, imagine that. Like, brains would fucking explode. Imagine if we got like a real Pokemon. I think my audio recorder for my lav just died. Okay. I think that's a sign to stop the video. Yeah, it's dead. Okay, cool. Alright, well, I'm going to hurry up because I'm sure the jump to camera audio is not going to be that great. But point is, play Zelda if you really, really want to. It's a pretty good game. I'm going to be reviewing it eventually. I need to get March and April's videos out of the way first, but I will eventually be reviewing it. I don't know when yet, but it'll be soon. As far as the actual system itself goes, just wait. Just wait. It's not worth it. Sorry for everyone out there who wanted me to say the Switch is Space Jesus, because it's not. Save your money. There'll be better bundles down the line. There'll be better things that you can spend the money on now. Buy Wii U games. Buy Breath of the Wild for the Wii U. Just play that. You'll be good. It'll tide you over for a while. Alright guys, thank you for watching this video. If you agreed with me, hit the like button. If you disagreed with me, still hit the like button, because I don't give a fuck. Leave a comment down below telling me about your favorite part about the Switch, and if you actually ended up with one, and what your own thoughts of it are, because I'm genuinely curious to see if anyone else has a lot of the same issues that I have, because I seem to be in the minority whenever it comes to both Zelda and the Switch. Facebook, Twitter, social media, all that fun stuff, it's in the description. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And what's today, the 13th? Today's the 13th, so at the end of this month you will be having a new James at Games episode. That episode will be not Alien Isolation. That's coming next month. Why? Before you guys get angry in the comments, it's for a good reason. I don't want to spoil it though. But Alien Isolation is coming, and this upcoming video is Alien themed. It's very much a cohesive, it's a storyline. Just trust me, it'll make sense and it'll be worth it. It's really good. But with all that said, guys, I guess I'll see you around. Take it easy, and try not to, walk into the street while playing your Switch, because you don't want to get run over. That would suck. I'm gonna go play MechWarrior 2 now. No reason for me to go play Zelda, so.